Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whisper2Scream, September 2019, first edition. My name is Bernard, and I am your host. Please tell your grocer, tell your local librarian to check us out here and on Facebook at Coon Tunes Productions. You can also find us on Instagram at Coon Tunes, the number 2. We got a lot to talk about today, so let's go ahead and get to it. Now, we have been doing a short series about our police force. In a recent broadcast, we talked about the alarming number of suicides on our police force. Today, we are talking about the alarming amount of drug use on our police force, and that's across the United States. We're talking legal and illegal drug use by cops. I mean, everything from heroin to crack cocaine to meth and even legal drugs that are used to cope with the stress of being a cop. Now, our concern are these drugs, including the use of steroids by a lot of cops, do they contribute to the excessive practice of brutality when dealing with our nation's citizens, especially our black and brown folks and ethnic groups like Islamic, Jewish, or Sikh who are dressed in non-Western attire? Could this be the catalyst for some cops to flash from 0 to 60 or 0 to 100? The results can lead to death. We have too many scenes where cops beat and kill members in our communities while bystanders can only watch, traumatized by grief and fear. Now, we know unbridled brutality is not normal. So why would a human being attack his fellow human being with such ferocity unless he or she is insane or hyped up on some drug? Now, we dealt with mental issues on our police force in our last episode, and now we're going to focus on drug issues. We have some receipts of cops escalating situations from 0 to 60, meaning moving a relatively calm situation to one where they initiate bodily harm, or the cops escalate the situations from 0 to 100, where the result is death. Now, check out these videos. We must warn you, they are violent. Parental discretion is advised. He is unconscious. Now, let it be known that this citizen had done nothing wrong. All charges were dropped against him. He was attacked gangland style by cops. Watch what happens next. Place a cloth over his face, much the way they do when they try to control a wild animal like an alligator or a lion.
What set him off? Allegations of excessive force being aimed at that police officer in Fresno. The body camera video shows the officers at a local apartment complex looking for wanted gang members. After one teen is frisked and told to sit down, one of the officers jumps on him, starts punching him repeatedly. Police now say 17-year-old London Wallace has no gang affiliations and no criminal history.
That cop went from 0 to 60 in no time at all. The way he was beating that kid who was once again innocent, that was nothing short of rage. Something is wrong with that.
February 6th. Police car video shows officers confronting 57-year-old Sureshbhai Patel.
Talk to you real quick.
A neighbor had called 911 concerning a, quote, skinny black man walking down the street. Patel is from India, visiting his son and grandchild, and does not speak English. Officers ask him not to move. Video from a second police car shows a slight movement, and then one officer forcefully knocks him to the ground. That action injured Patel's spine, leaving him partially paralyzed and in the hospital.
Okay, here's an elderly man, Mr. Patel, who speaks little or no English, is thrown forcefully to the ground by a young cop. Now, what is that cop hyped up on that would cause him to go from 0 to 60 in just seconds? All right, this is a clip where a cop who arrives on the scene late jumps out of his car, and within 6 seconds, he manages to shoot an unarmed 17-year-old kid 15 times in 15 seconds. And as an afterthought, he shoots the 16th bullet into his body. You can see the smoke coming out of the kid's body. And then he walks over and kicks him. None of the other cops used their weapons. What was this cop hyped up on? What was he hyped up on? And by the way, this cop is in prison now for that murder. Now, we want to make it clear that the majority of the cops do not succumb to debilitating drug use, but there is a small cadre of cops who are going unchecked under the influence of drugs while they are on duty, and is causing them to react irrationally. Our position is that cops should be subjected to random drug testing just like any other high-stress occupation. Random drug testing is for the safety of our police force and for the safety of our citizens. We already know that their fellow cops are reluctant to report their comrades, even when they should. They just hope that he or she gets help. But in the meantime, our citizens become the prey of these drug addicts. Now, we are all about maintaining a healthy society, and that is why we are profiling these issues. All of us, citizens and cops, at the end of the day, want to come home to our families safe and sound. What say ye? Please leave comments below. As always, be blessed and stay woke.